Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You are now watching IMMNews Media Radio. Your host, Fritz Misodi. I want to let you know that you're live, so please share. Those watching through Facebook, please share and share. Those watching through share, and also hit the subscribe button. More videos. Today we're going to talk a lot because we have seen a lot of events happening these past few weeks, and uh, most of those events are very, very primordial to struggle. We're going to be talking about the events, so stay tuned, and we're going to have this special show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen for the past 5 years killings, different kind of torture, different kind of imprisonment of our people. But the international community is still not really being reactive. We thank the international community for what they have been doing, though, but there is much to be done because we see other conflict around. Where the international community paid too much attention. Southern Cameroon conflict has been less attention. This is the most neglected conflict that we have seen. We are calling on the international community to pay more attention to conflict. This is the city here going. You see the killing of innocent. You see different things going on. You see all types of happenings that are going. I want to call on the international community to take note of what is going on in Southern Cameroon. Killing innocent civilians, killing babies, killing innocent children.
A warning that you may find some of the images in our next report distressing. DW's Blaise Eyong sent us this shocking story from Buea in the Anglophone region of Cameroon.
Her death has prompted fury in Buea. Carol Louise Ndiale was just 5. 500 francs on her forehead, the fee demanded at the checkpoint. It was a fee protesters say the girl's mother refused to pay. That's when the gendarme fired and hit the girl. People say forces sent to keep the restive region under central control target civilians.
A warning that you may find some of the images in our next report distressing. DW's Blaise Eyong sent us this shocking story from Buea in the Anglophone region of Cameroon.
Her death has prompted fury.
This is one of the reports from DW. DW, remember, is the German channel. German channel, as you can see, it reports killing of these innocent children back, and you know how many innocent children have been killed, how many innocent mothers, our mothers, parents have been killed, our brothers and sisters through this heartless war that was declared on Southern Cameroon. We are calling on the international community to know what is going on in Southern Cameroon.
The mothers are the ones who have been bearing the brunt of this conflict. We, the mothers, are the ones burying. We are the ones at the sick bed of our loved ones. Our children are raped every day. Our husbands, brothers are killed. They are maimed.
Protesters waved tree branches for peace, but they were furious.
Police brutality is too much in Buea. Let our children live. Let our children go to school. I am a mother myself. This kind of thing would have happened even to my own child. I say no to police brutality. It can be any other person's child. It can be even the governor or the president's child. Is this what you want for your own child? Definitely not.
and they almost brought the town of Buea to a halt.
It's already about 4 p.m. local time, and the protesters are not backing down. Banks, shops, and even the hospital is almost shutting down. The protesters say they are very angry with a young girl that was shot today on her way to school. We have reached out to local authorities, but they have not responded for our request for comments.
The Defence Ministry admits it was one of its officers who killed the girl. They promised to investigate, but the man is already dead, lynched by a different crowd. And the deployment of security forces in the area will likely continue.
So, as you can see, we are very, very grateful to national media. This is a German television. Like we have CNN, BBC, ABC in America, all these channels. We are very grateful for German TV for reporting this. This is just one of the millions of children that have been placed, killed, some are refugees in Nigeria, some are just placed all over the world. And we are thankful for DW. DW is the main German channel, and we are thankful for them for publishing that, making it going viral. Let's talk about this. It is very, very inconceivable that we have some people that have been paid by the Republic government to slander the struggle. Okay, we are calling on the international community to know what is going on back in the Republic. Government is paying people to do a lot of atrocities. The likes of Moja Moja, the likes of My Country People, the likes of, I don't even want to call the names. They call themselves Proud Black Legs. But I want to make this clear for us, Ambazonians. When you conspire against your people, you will not see the light of day. When you conspire for other people to kill your own, what are you really thinking? I'm talking to people like Moja Moja, people like these crazy My Country People. When you conspire to kill your own people, what do you think of your own life? Because if you kill by the sword, you die by the sword. It's as simple as that. It's just a simple language. Okay? It's very simple language that you have to understand. You cannot plan and plot to kill your own brother. That you think that you enjoy life. It will not happen. It will not be like that. Okay? You cannot fight. A fight against your people is a worst fight you can ever put forward. A fight against your own people is the worst fight you can put forward. And that is why we are talking about that, because you see people who are proudly saying that they are doing things that are against the struggle, right? Are proudly saying that they are doing things that they know is negative. Most of them call themselves Proud Black Leg, and they are hiding. They are still undercover. They are undercover. If you are doing the right thing, why are you hiding? I think people like those people, we need to see them in Canada, going for the negotiation that they went to in national dialogue that they arranged in Yaoundé. Okay? It is really sad that our own people are plotting against. This is a welder in Boya who is managing his own garage, trying to do his own things there. Now, La Republic, any guy that has his handwork, doing a handwork, managing his own business, they conspire against, and they go and say the person is an amber fighter, or is working with the amber. Anybody that they want to collect money, go and they just press charges on the person and say, oh, this person is doing the. Before this war that was declared on us, didn't our parents had then gun that they used for their hunting? when you go now to this man's shop that he's trying to fix this, so our own people will not have any production factory that they can produce something for themselves. It must be that they are doing it for some other person. This is a factory that fixes a lot of things. People go hunting. These are all hunting guns. They're not Amber Fighters guns anymore. Amber Fighters don't use this thing anymore. Those are hunting materials. Okay? How do you go and get all those things? So at the end of the day, we have a kind of system that people just accuse people if you have enemies. Okay? If you don't like somebody, just go and conspire against that person, and then now the person will be accused of something. Okay? But it's really really sad, because now people, if you have maybe an issue with somebody, you just go and report the person that the person is working with Amber, or the person is working with this, and the military come there and just arrest the person. See, but that is really sad, because this guy is doing his welding. He's a welder. So they'll say the whole of Boya, there are no welders there to fix stuffs. I mean, it's really sometimes very, very sad that we have welders that they don't want. They say, oh, they are not correct to be welders, right? How do you say people are not correct to be welders when they have their factories that they are producing stuff, right? It's really sad. Let's listen to one of the people from that area who is a member of the Restoration Council.
Yes, good evening.
No.
I want. Yes, good evening.
Let me talk about that. They call it Arm Factory that was broken in Boya in Vasingi. It's a foul. Let me tell you, that guy studied in OIC. He's a welder. He did welding. So he was doing his small job at making a small self-employed business, doing welding, windows, building windows, those who want to build houses, those protectors, windows. That's what he was doing. Okay? Where he was living was Kuva Likenye house. That is where Kuva Likenye came from. So one of the son of Kuva Likenye who died kept that guy there as caretaker in that compound. Okay? So that man who the son of Kuva Likenye had those materials where he was making these den guns for hunters, right, to go and fight, to go and do their hunting in those days. Okay? So when this guy had an issue with the family of those Kuva Likenye, who they wanted that land, that house where that guy was kept as caretaker, they wanted to remove him. He said, no, the person who put me there is my grand uncle. So I will not go out of this house because I'm protecting the house for the children who are abroad. So these guys, they fought this young man. They could not get him. They go and lie to the military that this guy is making arms for Ambazonians. Okay? So when the military came, they could not find anything. They found those material, that old Kuva Likenye's son was using to make this den gun for hunters to buy. So they said that is a factory of Ambazonia force. So that's what happened. So it's a false, it's a lie. The guy was not making any gun. He was not doing anything like that. He's a young guy. I know him. Yeah, he's from my village. So people should not. La Republic is lying. That guy was just a welder who finished from OIC and was doing his small business. He did not concern with making gun. What they saw in that house was the materials, those old materials, those olden days materials they used to make then guns. So that's what President son, who has died, was doing to sell for hunters, those who go and do hunting, elephants and all those animals on the mountain and in the forest. So people were coming there to buy it. It's not something like that guy was making gun for people. So thank you very much. That is the truth of the story. So Cameroon government is lying. Because of that guy, he had problem with the family. They wanted to put him like a sellout to the government. That is in making gun. No, those materials were there for decades. It's somebody. It's a house we know about it. It's long time. So they were not making gun to kill people, and he has never made gun. So it's a lie. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Let me talk about that.
Thank you very much for that narrative, because we heard a lot of different stories out there, all the kind of conspiracies out there about this issue, and I'm just happy that you have given us a very highlight about the issue. Yes. I want to talk about the president's outing yesterday. Also, the president's outing yesterday was real outing, when it comes to issues that relate to the struggle, and the first outing of the president after the Canadian conference. And it was quite elaborative. All the questions about the conference was answered. Questions about our reasons for not attending the conference was mostly answered. The president said it clearly. The La Republique cannot impose on us on the modalities of the conference. Negotiation doesn't work like that. Okay? We all know negotiation has its own parameters, has its own trends that you have to take. Okay? We cannot just go for negotiation because somebody invite us to that negotiation. Okay? Whoever attends the conference is not our problem. People can go wherever they want, but you are not representing the people. If you attend go for a conference on your own basis, good and fine. It was the same thing that happened in Yaoundé. Same conference, the same meaning, the same issues that were discussed. So it has nothing to do with us as Ambazonians. Okay. What happened with the continuous resignations of UK prime ministers? For the past, we have seen a lot of prime ministers resign. Okay. But what I want to specify here, okay, is about this resignation. Is it because of incompetence or what? Is it because they cannot deliver? That is honesty. Truss, that's PM Truss. This Truss, that's the name of the lady. This Truss has been for 44 days in office. This is the lowest days that you ever find a president, a prime minister in Britain. Okay, 44 days in office. It is really, really an issue, because what happened to her? What was the issue? we hear of a lot of incompetence in terms of resolving the issue, in terms of the Brexit, a lot of issue. And remember that the US dollars now is more, for the exchange rate now, it's more than the pounds, British pounds. So there is some economic issues going on. Okay, listen to her.
Here she comes with her husband, Liz Truss, her husband alongside her. Let's listen in.
Can I hear?
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent, and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
Liz Truss, that's her name, 44 days in office. You see, different UK prime ministers have come and gone. Boris Johnson. A lot of UK prime minister came and gone, but it is really inconceivable that she will come and spend just a few days in office and go, right? Of the 56 UK prime ministers, 9 serve more than 10 years, while 7 serve less than a year. Okay, we know of prime ministers like Robert Walpole. Is the only person who have served as prime minister for more than 2. Margaret Thatcher, you remember Margaret Thatcher? Margaret Thatcher spent 11 years. 11 years, 180 days in office. Theresa May spent 3 years. That was the other lady. So this is the third lady now, Liz Truss, served for 44 days as a prime minister. So she has the shortest term. Okay, she has the shortest term. But I'm looking at it at the other point also. Most respectful, the lady who served and saw that she cannot deliver, but she stand down. She step aside. Okay? She is so imbued with respect, because if you know that you cannot deliver, why do you hang on to power? It doesn't work. See, this is nobility, because when you resign like this, you make yourself honorable. It's honorable, not honorable to hang on to something that, and you think that you are doing good to yourself. You're doing disservice to yourself. Makes no sense for you to hang on power when you know you cannot deliver. This is just like a lesson to all these leaders who hang on to power. They hang on to power to see what they can do. But if you look at this resignation in the other side of things, you see the war in Ukraine also affect this her resignation, because the economy is going down in UK. Yeah, see things falling apart in terms of it because of the Ukraine. That heat Ukraine is affecting Europe. And in Spain, things are not going well in Spain, Italy, France, all these countries. That is why we say Russia is not backing down anytime. War is not going anything. See what's going on there. The NATO has a kind of issues now to deal with. Year of inflation skyrocketing. I mean, some hospitals and companies are planning to shut down in some areas in Europe. Okay, this is because of the sanctions, that provocation of Russia that backfired on Europeans. It's also touching America. Even oil now, gas. We put gas in our car and it doesn't last anymore because gas has skyrocketed in the US. It's the same thing in UK. So she resigned. You know what that means? The economy is not going well. There's inflation coming. Hospitals, companies are closing, are shutting down. It is really working against European people more than against Americans. That is how resigning was maybe thing very important. Honorable person. It is very important for us to understand that our people are very genuine historical relationship that they wanted to really respect and to live in harmony. You know, when you have a neighbor that you want to live with, you say, okay, this is somebody that I can live with because of the bad experiences that they had area. Okay, let's see how we can live with this. But when you see that the relationship is not working, okay, then you want to leave the relationship. Turn out to be, oh, you cannot leave this relationship. To me, I know what our pa always said, that is Jumba married. When you have a relationship that is not legal, you cannot do nothing to that woman because legally speaking, man is not. Okay, you can claim that you are in a relationship with that woman, but if you go to court, they ask you your legal document. Okay, one, they'll ask you marriage certificate, ask you legal papers, photos to show that you got to legal marriage. Okay, those are the things that they're going to be asking on you. So you cannot just say, oh, this is my wife. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay, it doesn't work like that anymore. Yes, 1961, 1st of October, we had our independence. Okay, UN Resolution 1608. Okay, that was a date that resolution was set on the 1st of October. There was no question about that. Our republic had their own independence after us, so it had nothing to do with us. Okay, this is La Republique. This is evidence that La Republics had their independence. Look at this. This is La Republique map. 1960. Okay? 1st of January, look at the date there. There is no Southern Cameroon here. Look, where is Southern Cameroon here? Nothing. That is the Independence Day, 1st of January. They don't want to celebrate that day. Please, every 1st of January, help celebrate these people's independence with them. Go outside, they say Happy Independence Day, La Republic. Happy Independence Day, La Republic. Celebrate with them. But they are very shy to celebrate this day. That is it. Look at it on this map. That is it. Look at that map. Look. There's no Southern Cameroon there. Look at that. Okay. It tell you that, oh, they did not, that is a lie. And their own people, what I'm very happy now is that their own people know these things very well now, more than us. So whatever they are saying, their problem. I like people like this.
Est-ce qu'aujourd'hui, Dieudonné Somba, il ne faut pas monter d'un cran, c'est-à-dire mettre en place une véritable stratégie pour venir à bout et pour résoudre une bonne fois pour toutes cette crise.
C'est ça une sécession. Une sécession, ce n'est pas un jeu de billes.
Dieudonné Somba is a very intelligent man that they want this man not to be speaking about Ambazonia again. He said he will not close his mouth. He's telling them the truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? They want to stop him, but he said no way. He will keep speaking. Dieudonné Somba.
Ils se battent. Une sécession, ce n'est pas un jeu de billes. Une sécession, c'est quoi en réalité? C'est un groupe qui estime être colonisé par le reste d'une nation et puis qui prend les armes. Autrement dit, la sécession fait partie de ce qu'on appelle les guerres de libération. Dans leur mentalité, ils se battent pour se libérer d'une force coloniale. Et donc, si vous ne positionnez pas le problème sous cet angle-là, vous ne pouvez pas comprendre, premièrement, pourquoi ça dure, et deuxièmement, pourquoi il est impossible de résoudre ce problème-là par les moyens militaires. C'est impossible. Certains tentent de trouver des excuses en disant que peut-être il y a des complicités. Non. La sécession anglophone couvre 20% d'une population sur 42 000 km². Il n'existe aucun cas dans l'humanité où on ait résolu ce genre de sécession-là sans des concessions politiques sur l'autonomie. Ça n'existe pas. Or, un très grand nombre de personnes continuent à penser que l'armée pourra par des moyens de force réduire ce mouvement. C'est impossible. Voilà le discours que je tiens depuis le début de cette crise. À savoir que nous sommes dans un projet impossible de ramener les anglophones dans un état unitaire.
This man is a very honest. But you know, La Republic does not like people who are honest. Dieudonné Somba is a political analyst. He knows economy. He knows, and when he explains to them, they don't understand. They keep arguing with him, telling them facts. But since La Republic does not want anything that is federation, anything that is giving any small iota of power for Southern Cameroon, they don't want to listen to it. So they want to take all the powers and give us nothing. Even to call our name, they don't want to call. So they want to give us what they call a special status. Okay? That is what they want to give us. And this is really crazy. Let's take a listen.
Ce n'est pas possible. Tout ce qu'on va entreprendre va toujours trouver des limites. Pourquoi? Vous avez une population de 5-6 millions d'habitants qui n'adhèrent pas à la posture de l'État central et qui, en quelque sorte, alimente les guerriers sécessionnistes qui, pour eux, sont en fait une armée de libération. À tort ou raison, c'est comme ça qu'ils perçoivent ça. Vous allez résoudre ce problème-là comment? Par la force, vous allez faire ça comment? C'est pour ça que j'ai toujours demandé de traiter la sécession d'abord en lui enlevant son premier principal argumentaire. Son principal argumentaire, c'est qu'ils sont venus à nous sous la forme d'un État fédéral. On a supprimé ça. Il faut donc d'abord restaurer ça. Ensuite, on utilise les mécanismes propres à l'État fédéral pour...
So, it is very understanding that most of them don't understand some kind of... In 1953, Southern Cameroon representatives or parliamentarians unhappy with the domineering attitude of Nigerian politicians, that lack of unity among the to their benevolent neutrality drew from the assembly. That is what we are saying here. The only bond that we have now in the Republic are the parliamentarians. Those parliamentarians are the senators there in Yaoundé come back to their Southern Cameroon. It is gone. It is over. But because of the greed these people have, the ones that are there, they don't see themselves coming back and staying in Southern Cameroon. They don't have no push, no force of belonging. They don't know what is called. The President of the Republic has decreed their special status and they are happy with this. The nonsense, it has nothing to do with us. You cannot have two equal countries, equal countries of. Then you are giving one. You are giving one a special status. As who? Or the statut spécial. What's the special status?
Traiter la session.
Mais du moment où le gouvernement était clair sur la question du fédéralisme, notamment concernant cette partie du pays, est-ce que vous pensez qu'aujourd'hui, il faut encore continuer dans cette lancée alors que le gouvernement est clair? Est-ce qu'il ne faut pas...
Alors, si le gouvernement est clair, moi, quand le gouvernement a pris cette position, j'ai dit au gouvernement que, à terme, vous allez perdre les anglophones. Parce que le gouvernement n'est pas Dieu. Il y a eu des sessions dans le monde, certaines ont été surmontées, d'autres ont réussi. L'Érythrée a réussi en Éthiopie, l'Océan du Sud a réussi au Soudan. Mais qu'est-ce qui vous fait croire que l'Ambazonie ne va pas réussir au Cameroun? Pourquoi vous partez de l'hypothèse qu'on va nécessairement surmonter ça? Alors que les caractéristiques même de cette session, à savoir la taille de cette session, les arguments historiques et le positionnement géostratégique rendent l'hypothèse du départ plus probable encore. Vous continuez à dire le gouvernement. Le gouvernement n'est pas Dieu. Et ils peuvent se tromper, ils sont déjà beaucoup trompés. Dans cette histoire, les gens qui refusent le retour à l'État fédéral sont des ennemis du Cameroun.
I like this man, Dieudonné Essomba. He's the only one and only person that have some sense of has knowledge. Okay, the rest people there in La Republic just dummies. Don't know anything. That is why you see most of them, they don't know what they will tell you about that. Let's take a musical break. Come back. you, everybody. Thank you. This is the document that the United Nations, a Commission for Human Rights, sent the interim government. They have ordered La Republique to release the Nera10. This is a document from the United Nations. The president has made it clear. Saw his interview yesterday. We are not going for any negotiation if the Nera10 are not released. Very important. Okay. This is the document. You know, you can see it's very, very clear that the Republic want to take shortcut in the Canada conference by not following the normal channel. Okay. The United Nations Working Group, that's a document on human rights. They faults Nigeria and Cameroon for abducting Southern Cameroonians. The leadership of Southern Cameroon, activists, advocates from Nigeria, maltreating and deporting them back to Cameroon. The international law, the Declaration of Human Rights, against, we all know the Geneva Convention, against the arbitrary arrest and the, you cannot arrest people who are seeking asylum in the country, deport them to the country that they are running from, and you are the signatory, of the convention. It is unheard of, because you cannot send people who are running from persecution, send them back to that persecution. I'm not seeing that, because it is against Constitution or the international law. Okay, you cannot the Nera10 you cannot send people who are leaders of a country, take them, abduction. That's what they call it. If you see the document spell out the differences. So it is not an arrest, an abduction. So those are two different terms. You know, in criminology, where these terms know that they have different meaning. Kidnap, abduction, okay, arrest, then arbitrary arrest, detention. Those are words that you have to know that they have different meaning. When you abduct somebody, similar to kidnapping, it's not arrest. When you have a warrant of arrest, go and give somebody, you arrest somebody, that is legal. Okay, going to court, going to various jurisdiction and file for complaint against this person. Say, okay, this person committed this crime. The charges, those are normal procedure, court procedure. You cannot go to a country, see look at the whole cabinet. It's the whole cabinet that went for meeting. Look at them. They went for a meeting, doctored, being locked up incommunicado for some time. When they say incommunicado, it means that nobody knows about their whereabouts. That is what happened to them. Then it was some lawyers that start. We sent a lot of money. Some lawyers in Cameroon help out, go to Yaoundé, La Republic capital, for their release. The president has reiterated, Comrade Chris Anu has reiterated that he will not go for any negotiation if the Nera10 are still kept there. These are people who are supposed to be in negotiation. You cannot say you want negotiation, then you still keep our people in jail. It doesn't work like that. These people have to be released. You cannot keep these people there and you say you are doing negotiation. What kind of negotiation are you doing? What kind of negotiation? These people have been kept there incommunicado. They have no crime. The only crime is that they are leaders of a country. Keep them. No charges, nothing. Talk of terrorism. Who is a terrorist? Somebody who stays in his house, come and attack the person, you call the person terrorist. We all know, back in the days, Funchas and Indelis were called terrorists. Then later, they were hailed as heroes. Yeah. They were hailed as heroes. The United Nations body has called for the immediate release of all these Nera10 within 6 months. That is what is being said. So we are waiting. If like probably we will honor their words. They cannot say they want to go for negotiation, but the United Nations has passed an injunction order for their release and be sent back to Nigeria. Paul Biya of Cameroon, La Republique, and Buhari of Nigeria. These two guys have emerged as hardened dictators, okay, who regularly flout these international laws. They don't care. The UN Human Rights Special Procedure Working Group based in Geneva, Switzerland, has called on the government of Cameroon. They asked them to immediately release these people, all the Southern Cameroonians. They are pro-independence leaders. Ayuk Tabe and 9 others serving life sentences in notorious Kondengi. They are there in Kondengi. Life sentence for no reason. Okay? We all know them. We call them Nera10 because that is a hotel where the name of the hotel where they were abducted from, or Nera Hotel. Just call it Nera. So the hotel is in Abuja. They were picked up on the 18th or the 5th, I think the 5th of January, 2018. Were forcefully transferred against their wish. Nigeria took the Republic. It is really sad. But this is why we are saying that if La Republic wants genuine nation, okay, they should come clean. You can eat your cake and have it. Come clean. One genuine nation. All the Nera10 people must be released and be part of the negotiation. But those are our leaders that were arrested. Okay? You can't lock them up and say, let's go for Canada. Then some dull ones too, some dull leaders. I can call them dull because they don't know what they are doing. The Republic will set a ground rule for negotiation. You follow them and go. It's on equal basis. We cannot go to a negotiation on the position of weakness. We have to go to any negotiation on the position of strength. La Republic cannot call you for a negotiation when it's similar to what they did in a Grand National Dialogue, that they call it. What came out from the Grand National Dialogue? Why don't you ask yourself this question? And why did La Republic leave the Swiss-led negotiation? This is a question you have to ask yourself. Why? The Swiss-led negotiation is an internationally recognized body and platform that the world body has recognized. They say this platform will help to mediate in this peace settlement. The Republic abandoned it. And after 2 weeks, they are calling people to go to Canada. Ask yourself, why are they doing this? That they'll be leaving an international body negotiation platform to a national platform. If that is not contrary to international regulations and international law, what can you say that? Okay? They have violated all the rights of individuals. Locking people incommunicado is against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay? The Universal Declaration of Human Rights says you should not arrest people without proof, especially international, where you have some immunity as leaders. These people are leaders. They are not just even asylum seeker. Because even asylum seeker, you cannot arrest people like that. You have to go through due process of asylum seekers. But these ones are leaders. They have certain diplomatic immunity. It's so sad. La Republic, guys, it's crazy. Right? They have made their own match. Okay? Our own African leaders don't even know what they are doing. Okay? We cannot have our conflict in Africa, but we are calling on the abroad to come and help. Macky Sall is the leader, president. When you see people who are asking for, okay, Macky Sall, who doubles as the chairman of the African Union, urged the UN Security Council to address all threats to national peace in Africa. The last session of the United Nations Congress, it's when we have this type of body that doesn't respect African crisis, they don't pay attention to the crisis in Africa. Then Macky Sall made a very good speech in the United Nations. Okay? He said, I've come to say that Africa has suffered enough of the burden of history. He said that it does not want to breeding ground for a new Cold War, but rather a pole of stability and opportunity open to all its partners. I have also come to say that we have Africa as a provider of solutions. Do the presidents of Africa know that they have to start acting to like people who have solutions? Because you cannot be there only to be begging for crumbs every time. No? People who get tired when you are around them only to ask for crumbs. Then you don't bring in solutions. People are tired. People want to see you contributing to something, right? That's what people want. When you are somewhere, then you don't contribute welfare of that. What do you think you are trying to do? What do you think you are trying to do? Africa needs to wake up. Africa needs to. Yes. Listen to this is Professor Lumumba there with our able activist who has been locked up in Communicado also. Abdul Karim was a voice that these are people who are supposed to be in negotiation. You cannot lock people up and you're asking people to go for a negotiation. Then the dull ones too who doesn't know that these frontline leaders who are sheep, they just say go there, they go right, they go. They don't know that there is some background information that has to be gathered before you go to that kind of conference. Or because it is just similar like the Grand National Dialogue. So they go in there. The reason La Republique invited these leaders in Canada was to endorse the Grand National Dialogue. That's all. What happened in the Grand National Dialogue? What happened? Nothing. Special status. Why are you giving us a special status like slaves? Why do you give us names? We are Southern Cameroon. Don't be giving us names. Just come and just wake up one day and say, hey, your name is special status. We've had all kinds of names. Okay? Don't give us names. We don't want your names anymore. Listen to what said about.
In my own view, we cannot, as Africans, keep on lamenting, because the problem with us Africans also is that we are prisoners of sorrows and lamentation. So we say, oh, God did, God, let's not allow God to enter into these things which we can do ourselves. God is very busy with very serious issues upstairs. He has given us minds and hearts, and we had better use them, because the divine instruction is to go and subdue the world. On our part, we have allowed the world to subdue us. Then we are complaining, God, you know, and Pastor, you are here. There are certain things that can only be solved by hard work and logic, and yet we think they can be solved by prayer and fasting. That will not happen. So my own view is we must begin to do things for ourselves. If the land needs to be worked, we must work the land. And we cannot continue to work the land the way Abraham used to work the land with the plows. We've got to mechanize. If, as people say, if Africa did not benefit from the first industrial revolution.
That is PM Lumumba. I know most of you don't know PM Lumumba. That is Professor Lumumba of all. Very powerful. Comes to Pan-African affairs. But if you listen to him, he's telling us, we should rise up. Africans should rise up. We have a lot of war going on, a lot of issues going on within Africa. But we are waiting for foreign powers to come and help us, something that we can resolve by ourselves. Okay? African leaders should wake up. African leaders should wake up.
And we cannot continue to work the land the way Abraham used to work the land with the plows. We've got to mechanize. If, as people say, if Africa did not benefit from the first industrial revolution, we must benefit from the first industrial revolution. And you know, in these matters, these very serious matters, nobody invites you. You invite yourself to the dinner table. And you get crushed the dinner table. So that you are noticed. You know, right now, many Africans, and I say this because people are on top of the dinner table eating silent steak and caviar, and we are under the table fighting over crumbs. This is what is happening. When you see black on black violence, it is essentially, what are we fighting for? Crumbs. Crumbs. The real meal is on the table. That is where we should be. That is where the good. But you see the problem, when you are under the table, you cannot see what is on the table. You only see the bottom of the table. And therefore, the only thing you can see are the crumbs that have dropped. And I'm suggesting to us, particularly we in the political class, deliberate efforts.
These are great Pan-Africanists. You know, some of and take a listen to Dr. Farrakhan.
None of you can deny that what I'm saying is the truth. You know it's the truth. But either you won't write it, or you're too cowardly to speak it, because you want some favor here or favor there. So because you can't talk, You are muzzled. I'm not. I'm a free black man. And I didn't come here looking for a handout. And I really don't think you need one. Your problem is that you think you need a handout. Everything you need is right under your foot, but you're looking everywhere else for help instead of to yourself and what you can produce for yourself. This is Africa's dilemma. You are parading yourself before the world as international beggars when you gave civilization to the world. Your problem is not America. Your problem is not Israel. Your problem is not Britain. Your problem is your disunity and your dependence on others to do for you what you could do for yourself. So I don't have to come back here anymore to help you. The help is already here. The knowledge is already here. The land is here. The sun is here. The water is here. The minerals are here. You have some of the finest minds in the world, but they're in Europe and they're in America making money while Africa suffers. Why don't we create politically stable environment and call the children of Africa back home to help build Africa? We are your children. And we will come and help. But
Farrakhan is a very powerful person in America, and he's strong Pan-Africanist too. So this is his word to the African leaders, talking to African leaders. And what you think that the Europeans will give you is right there in Africa. Right there in Africa. Don't be rushing to Europe, rushing to Asia, look for money. When you have all the resources, have everything that can build Africa. It's so terrible that our African leaders believe that they can have only something from abroad. They don't know that everything is in Africa. They can develop the country.
Don't expect us to come with billions of dollars when we don't have it. We're struggling in America. But you got it all right here under your foot. And you should be ashamed not to look to yourself, begging white folk to give you what you could give yourself. What I said today, which one of these countries is going to give you $20 million? America's not going to give you $20 million. You got it right here. But your disunity won't allow you to pool it. It's your fault. And you got to accept that responsibility. That is why my message is atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility. We got to stop blaming everything on somebody else and see what is our responsibility here.
It doesn't mean Thibault Nash, all know him. He's always with Ambazonians, telling us what to do. This is words that he said. This one that exploded on social media, because now he's fully addressing us as Southern Cameroonians. Then he talk of that we're gonna gain our breakaway. Yes. And what he said, what we have to understand, it's not just passing a message to all the leaders that be watchful, know that the world is watching on you, Southern Cameroon. Once they start calling you Southern Cameroon, it means that they have accepted your status as a country. Our leaders should take note, work together, go for a genuine negotiation. But that is very critical to the people of Ambazonia. You can fight all this fight, but if we don't have a united front, one front like Republic, on the negotiation table, then they will lose everything. This is a critical moment. The President is calling on all the leaders to join hand in glove. All the leaders. So they have a joint force to go to the negotiation. And that is what we want. That is what the people of Southern Cameroon expect. all the leaders. Go with a united front. Go with one message. Go with all your acts together. Go with that message. That is what the world is talking about. This is the message they are passing to you. Don't let it take long. That's what they say. It will come, but we have to do our own part. Okay? We have to do our own part to make it. That is the message they are passing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all. I have a lot of meetings going on today. I'll be going to another meeting. That is what we try to do our best. Maybe with this beautiful African music. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Please, if you're watching on Facebook, thank you. Watching on Facebook, please share and share. Those watching through YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Okay. Subscribe button. That'll be nice. Don't forget. Thank you.